Eritrea is reportedly expressing readiness to discuss the Red Sea and Nile Basin issues. The issue was raised during a high-level meeting between Eritrea's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Osman Saleh, and Masad Fairs Boulis, President Trump's senior advisor on African affairs, on the margins of the 80th session of the UN General Assembly. From information the Eritrean mission at the UN shared, their meeting seems to have discussed issues heading the two nations in the direction of rapprochement. The United States and Eritrea are said to have explored possible areas of cooperation. Regional stability, security, and economic development are among the areas identified as potential areas of cooperation, according to the source. Based on the report from the source, the United States seems to be aiming for a new chapter of relation with Eritrea, perhaps the only contemporary African state that fiercely resisted policy interference in its affairs. The cost of attaining the goal on both sides is unclear. What appears to be clear is that the U.S. is thinking in terms of economic partnership with Eritrea if the two countries managed. Eritrea's mission at the UN wrote, "This engagement could pave the way for a new chapter in U.S.-Eritrea relations, potentially opening doors for dialogue on trade, investment, infrastructure, transportation, communication, and security partnerships, while addressing long-standing concerns in a constructive framework." Apart from discussion in the province of rapprochement, the issue of the Red Sea was discussed. Eritrea is now announcing that it is ready for discussion over it. Osman Saleh underscored Eritrea's readiness to engage in meaningful discussions that respect national sovereignty while exploring areas of common interest, particularly in the Horn of Africa, the Nile Basin, and the Red Sea. Eritrean mission at the UN wrote on its social media page. Ethiopia has been pushing for discussion with Eritrea over access to the sea issue, something Eritrea has been rejected. However, it is unclear if Eritrea's readiness for discussion is with Ethiopia or not. The Horn of Africa region has been experiencing tension over the past 2 years, initially between Ethiopia and Somalia. When these nations ironed it out with mediation from Turkey, a new tension emerged involving Ethiopia and Eritrea. Rudiments of the differences started to surface between Eritrea and Ethiopia following the Pretoria Agreement that ended the 2 years bloody conflict between TPLF and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's administration. The tension reached a breaking point over the past few months, and both sides have been undertaking military preparations for what is still appearing rather an inevitable conflict. And it has something to do with Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's administration asserting rights over the port of Assab, although he framed it as an access to the sea agenda. The Trump administration seems to be working to avert the conflict while expressing interest in mending the relationship with Eritrea. Notably, Masad Fairs Boulis met with Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Addis Ababa sometime last week. Regional security was one of the issues discussed during their meeting.